Flood warnings that continue through, I think it's about 9 p.m. now for Hampton County. Light to moderate rain there. Heavier rain starting to depart the area. And the good news is if we get those heavy downpours out of there, the thunderstorms, tornado threat would then pretty much be done for the night. No tornado watch now across southeast Georgia. Low pressure crossing over the Savannah River that heads towards Charleston, Myrtle Beach. And then out of here, those red outline areas, those are the tornado warnings. They're starting to transition more up the southeast coastline. And for us, we're hoping we get maybe another couple hours down the road. In a lot of our areas, we'll see much improved weather conditions. Tornado watch until 10 p.m. still for Hampton, Jasper, Beaufort counties. Probably going to have to wait another hour or so. And then we're thinking that will be canceled. But we still have tropical storm warnings across our area. And here's why. Wind gusts still around 40 miles per hour or higher in spots. Not sure I quite buy that 10 miles per hour gust there on Tybee Island, but we do have lighter winds near the center of circulation, which at least on this graphic is indicating that it is now crossed from F&M into Jasper County. So inland areas now from Hilton Head Island, that's where the center is located, and we're starting to spin those winds a little bit more from the west-southwest. Wind still whipping around from our Beaufort Memorial Hospital. We'll continue to monitor the latest, but as we get later into this evening, conditions should improve. We'll still be watching that high tide, though. Back to you.
Thanks a lot. You know what, we've been talking about trees falling down. Lydia Blackstone showed you one that was incredible. And Nicole has been finding a couple now here and there as he's been riding around in Tattnall County.
We want to go to him live now. Andy, what do you see out there?
Hey, good evening, Greg and Shannon. I'm here actually on East Brumbury Street. We got out of the car to take a look at this tree that's down. You can see that it's cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-inch sections. And I just want to show you, I hope my photographer Declan can give you a look and see the trees that were near here. They were incredibly tall. This road was closed about an hour ago, but quickly crews were able to come in and fix what they needed to. But still, here's what's left behind. You see all these wood chips that are left. This is the impact of the storm that people will be feeling for hours, for days, even possibly for weeks. So we need you to remain cautious, remain safe, and remain indoors because of things just like this. I want to tell you one thing that we noticed. We've been parked in this location maybe 5 minutes, and we've had 5 Canucci EMC trucks roll by us, actually heading this way into Reedsville. I had something on my ear there, I'm sorry. And so power crews are out trying to restore power to those that are impacted, and tree crews are clearly working on overtime right now to get things cleaned up.
Wow, that is really one big tree when you stop and think about it, from all the way from the roots to wherever it broke up. And you're right. I mean, those trees that are behind you, had they snapped, well, power lines would have come down.
I mean, those trees are massive. When the Declan was going up and he just kept going up, I'm waiting to see the top of the tree, but he never even made it to the top of the tree because that's how tall the tree is.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Greg and Shannon. I mean, just look at this thing. This thing, I'm not an expert when it comes to measuring, but I'd say that's at least 10 feet right here. This is another 15 feet, another 8 feet right there, another 6 foot right there. There is a lot of tree down here on the ground, but you know, this is just one location. There are many other trees down all across our area, including Tattnall County and many other places. You just saw a few minutes ago Lydia Blackstone in downtown Savannah talking about a downed tree. That one certainly shut down the lanes. Thankfully, crews here in Tattnall County were able to get quickly.
Eddie Cole reporting live in Tattnall County. Thanks so very much.
And we want to continue our live team coverage right now. We were talking about Lydia Blackstone in Ardsley Park and that massive tree that fell across the road. We want to go to her live now. You have someone with you now.
Yeah, Shannon, I got Mary with me right here. She lives right here and saw this tree come down. Tell me what you saw.
It wasn't really anything. It was very slow motion. You just heard crack, crack, and then whoosh.
Whoosh, and then it did this. So we're going to turn to show you what it did right here. Look, completely upending this sidewalk right here. Tree is completely down. Alderman Nick Palumbo is now with me here as well. And Nick, let's walk around this right here. Let's walk and let's show them what this side of the tree looks like, because it didn't just, take the tree down, take the power line down. It did all of this right here. We're gonna walk right here to see this because all of these roots are just completely upended right here. They said it took a transformer out, and you can see all on this street, throughout this street here in Ardsley Park, the power is out. And tell me, what are the other reactions here in the neighborhood?
Well, right now, 50th and 51st Streets gathered for a hurricane party. So this is a close, tight-knit community, and everybody's come to join us. But thank goodness the football bounced in our favor, and nobody was hurt, no damage to anyone's residence, and no cars as well. So really, really lucky in this instance. Always sad to lose a mighty live oak like this one, but thank goodness no one was hurt.
Absolutely, and I was talking with neighbors, and one of the things they told me is right across the street at that house, they normally park their car right outside of there, but thankfully it was not out there, didn't hit a house, didn't hit anybody, didn't hit a car, and everybody is safe. And here in the community now, it's kind of bringing everybody together. You can kind of see everybody's kind of getting to meet their neighbors now, right?
We're incredibly grateful that it looks like we've been spared the worst from this storm that passed just right by us, and our thoughts and prayers right now are in the rest of Georgia, which massive power outages that are out there, but for the moment it looks like we've escaped the very worst of it, so we're very grateful.
Thank you so much for that, and we'll send it back to you, Shannon and Greg.
Hey, Lydia, ask the alderman a quick question. So the tree is down. Who's going to pay to cut it up and clean it up, and who's going to pay to replace and repair the sidewalk?
Oh, he was waving.
Absolutely. So they were asking me, they want to ask you, you know, this is a city tree right here, city trees along this line right here. What's the cleanup going to look like? Who's going to pay for it? Is this a city problem, you know?
That's right. It's on us, and we're going to take care of this, and we'll be back up in action shortly. You know, crews have been dispatched, and they're working on trees for street closures just like this one. So it could be in less than 24 hours this tree will be cleared out so that we can get traffic right back to it, and especially power restored because the power pole's been impacted as well. But because we've been spared from the very worst, you know, crews are activated. They're back on the streets again, addressing situations just like these all across our city.
And people are going to have additional service requests, different issues that happen. What's that number you call?
Give a call to 311. Operators are standing by. And if someone doesn't pick up, leave a message. We will call you back. We are actively working. We're going to be working throughout the night to address these concerns as well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Back over to you, Shannon, Greg, unless you have any more questions.
Lydia, I do. Tell me, how tall are you? Because that tree is right just above your head.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to get right down here. I'm 5'7". Now y'all know my height. Look at this. This right here is about 5'7". So this is a massive tree right here. This is not a little one that fell. And these are some of the older trees here in Ardsley Park. This tree canopy is aging here. So we're seeing these trees, sadly, storms like this are upending them. So you can see this is a massive tree right here, Root, right here on this sidewalk. Shannon, Greg.
Thank you so very much, Lydia. You be safe out there. We hate to see us lose a tree like that, but you know. Anyway, thank you so very much. And we want to wave to Mary. I think she was saying hi to us.
Yeah, hi, Mary.
Yes. Well, we want to continue our coverage tonight of Idalia. Bluffton is one of the areas being impacted.
WTCL 22 News' Kyra Naveau reports on the conditions.
Hey, we are here in the Low Country. I'm right here on Bluffton. This is Fording Island Road. Now, this bridge actually takes you all the way to Hilton Head Island. And as you can see, some of the traffic is picking up. We want to take a little bit of precaution and make sure we're driving slow as we take this road, as conditions are starting to change for what we saw all throughout the day. You know, throughout the day, we've showed you guys the wind. We showed you the beach on the sand, but now we're really starting to see those showers. The sky is getting a little bit darker than what we have seen all day, so that kind of showing that something is heading our way, whether it's more showers or so. But these are conditions right now. The rain is picking up, the winds are picking up. You can see the trees, everything's getting intensifying right now. So I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Kai, thanks so much for that report. In Brantley County, Georgia, though, there have been reports of large damage on an elementary school.
And an affiliate station reports on the school's damage.
Well, I will tell you that pictures I saw of the school on social media do not do the damage justice. I'll move out of the way. What is behind me is Hoboken Elementary School here in Brantley County, or at least what's left of it. As you can see, half of this building, the roof has been just torn off. The tin from the roof, some of it's still hanging on, most of it on the ground. Insulation all over the grass on the ground too. We found out about the damage from a woman while we were talking to her in Ware County. She actually lives here in Brantley County, and her daughter is a student here, but says she waited out the storm with family over in Ware County, and she says she just cannot believe the damage over here, but also over there.
That is amazing when you look at the whole roof is gone.
I mean, and that's why school is out right now for most counties, because something like that could happen. Thank goodness no children, no teachers were inside that building.
And school is going to be out for a while in that county.
Oh, most definitely with something like that. All right, well, let's continue our coverage tonight with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Nelson.
All right, let's take a look at this. We're monitoring the threat of coastal flooding. High tide is coming up a little bit after 8:30 for Tybee Island and Fort Pulaski. We're definitely noticing the water coming up here along the beach. Typically, we have those lifeguard stands about right in here. And when it starts to get to those, when we have these really high tides, then we say, hey, that water's pretty high. They moved all that stuff off from the beach because they knew the threat of flooding was there. So we have another hour and about 20 minutes before high tide. We'll be watching this. The water has definitely started to shift slightly more parallel to the coastline. That would work in our favor as winds are switching to the south-southwest at the coast. Still a little more south or southeast up Harbortown area towards Paris Island, Hunting Island. You have a threat of coastal flooding in that area. Winds not quite as strong right now across the Calabogie Sound, and most of the rain is starting to wind down. The exception, though, where we continue to have these flash flood warnings into Screven, Hampton County. Still some light to moderate rain there, and it's also a wind-driven rain. You've seen wind gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour in Hampton. Over 6 inches of rain. There's all kinds of water standing around. Streets are flooded in different pockets. And hopefully that water can dry up here in the next few days as some drier weather is in store, at least a stretch of it. Low pressure right in this area. It is going to track its way off to the north and east. Behind it, some cooler air is in the forecast in the 10 days. So certainly some good news there. We'll still monitor this for another hour or 90 minutes. The tornado threat in Hampton, Jasper, and Beaufort counties. I'm really hopeful, though, this goes until 10. I don't think these counties will be left in it that long, but we'll watch that last band of rain move through, and then that should be it. Wind gusts right now. Not a lot has changed. We still have some pockets of winds gusting over 40 miles per hour. Highest right now, Darien at 45. But farther south, near the Altamaha River, these were the first areas to see gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour. Today, they are now down closer to about 25 to 30. Beaufort Memorial Hospital, taking a look, a live look right now. Look at that water level. I believe the sandbar area is now underwater, so the tide continues to rise in that area. Savannah River also getting a little bit elevated. Keep in mind as that water pushes its way through our tidal creeks, rivers, and intercoastal waterways, it does take the high tide a little bit longer to arrive down towards River Street. So we'll see if we can flip that wind southwest to west and push the water away instead of filling up our rivers with that flood water. Temperatures 70s out the door tomorrow morning. The wind is a little more northwest, not quite as humid out there. You will notice a change in the air as we go through this week, and it will be a welcome one for many as we have a dry weekend on tap. Temperatures at night down into the 60s. I wouldn't say you're going to turn the AC off. Might still have a little muggy feel out there, but that's a huge improvement. Next week, still some temperatures around 90 degrees. Average high is 89, so 90 to 92. Definitely not uncommon for this time of year. Tropical systems, we don't see any here, at least in the short term, next 5 to 7 days or so. Temperatures into the mid 80s for our coastal communities, islands, and beaches, and a lot of dry weather in the forecast, and we need some time to dry out. With a lot of locations picking up an inch, 2 inches or more of rain. In those inland areas certainly do not need any more after 6+. So lots going on. We have some awesome viewer photos. We also have some rain totals to talk about. We'll welcome in meteorologist Victoria Kokinos.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yep, we've seen a lot of rain across the area and flooding, mainly west of I-95. Earlier today, Baxley was hit hard. This is one viewer photo that was sent to us. You can see the driveways completely underwater. The neighborhood roadways are completely submerged as well. And it looks like some bushes. So we saw a lot of rain, especially towards Baxley inland area. Saw the core of that system move through, dumped inches of rain. Now, this was from Hampton County earlier today. I'm sure there has been a lot more flooding across the area since then. Rain still impacting Hampton for the moment, but this is from Hampton County, sent in by Doug Knoll, so you can see some roadways are submerged as well. So here's a look at some rain totals so far. Statesboro near about 7 inches. This will probably stay near that as we go throughout the evening. We're slowly starting to dry out. Hampton, for the moment, we had a report of about 6 inches for some rain. We'll see if that goes up through the evening. Again, Hampton is still seeing some heavier rain as Idalia makes its way out. Alma about 5 to almost 6 inches as well, and then Savannah seen over 1.5 inches of rain. So in Savannah, we had those pop-up showers and some tropical downpours, not nearly as much as areas west of I-95 saw for today. And coastal flooding is a threat for this evening. Just a reminder, tonight 8:31, Fort Pulaski is forecast to be around 10.1 feet for the high tide. We'll keep an eye on that. We just had the mayor on the phone. They are expecting that high tide to reach 10.1. Moderate flooding is at 10 feet, and this will close Highway 80. So we'll keep you updated through the evening hours. If Highway 80 does close, Tybee will not be accessible. But the good news is there's no flood threat as we head towards Thursday. Shannon, Greg.
All right, Victoria, thanks so much. Right now, we want to show you some video sent in to us from Hazelhurst. Dottie Spires took this video. You can see the rain really coming down there, and look at the wind. Look at that flag there, and the bushes there blowing in the breeze. The video, again, yes, shows that American flag just whipping really hard there.
And take a look at this video of heavy rain coming down in a parking lot in Baxley, Georgia. As you can see, the parking lot is just completely flooded. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to be too many cars there, but there is one car right there, and it's coming right up to the bottom of the car. So whoever owns that car might want to move it before it finds out that some water may have gotten into his engine. But that's an idea of how much rain Idalia brought with it as it was coming up through Florida and then came through our area and made a visit in Baxley, Georgia.
And this is footage captured on Tybee Island just moments ago, courtesy of Roger Lyon. And look at how windy it is out there, blowing the sand across the beach. We had Nakaya Carrero out there earlier, and we actually saw people out on the beach trying to see Idalia. And Mayor Shirley Sessions says she does not recommend that at all because there are no lifeguards, and you don't want to put the lives of emergency members in danger to try to go out and rescue you if you're out there.
And they say they're getting ready to make a decision about Highway 80, one way in, one way out to Tybee Island. Take a look at this video.
Oh, wow.
It's of a tree that fell on a mobile home off of Pine Avenue in Midway, Georgia. Yes, that is someone's home. Looks like the tree went through the roof. Yeah. According to the reports, Lake George seems to be hit by strong winds. Yeah, that looks like that is just crushed through the roof. This is the second tree within a mile, or shall we say a second home within a mile that has a tree on it. So that is amazing. That's someone's home, and the neighbor is now a big old tree limb or parts of it.
Through it. And we've seen several trees down today. Luckily or hopefully no one is hurt or harmed in these situations.